This coming weekend, September 17th and 18th, we will have the pleasure of watching World's Ultimate Strongman Las Vegas. World's Ultimate Strongman Jacksonville. World's Ultimate Strongman Dubai. Yes, unfortunately, they had to change the venue twice due to various different conditions, one of them being the world situation. And so they are now having it in Dubai. There will be a strongman contest, men and women, on September 17th. And then the Devin Larratt Hafthor Bjornsson boxing match on September 18th. So today we're going to talk predictions of the women at World's Ultimate Strongman 2021 Dubai. But first and foremost, I have to tell you how you can watch it. So you want to go here to coresports.world. They do a membership, which I have, and with the membership, the strongman competition, I believe, is free. The boxing match does have a price. I think it's $9.99 if I'm correct, but that's how you watch it, coresports.world. So on to the predictions. First, let's look at the events, and the events are a log for reps. The women will be lifting 100 kilograms for reps. Then there will be a yoke walk. Yoke walk is 300 kilograms for max distance in 60 seconds. Then there'll be a farmer's walk, 110 kilograms for 30 meters. Then there'll be a mystery event. And the reason I put train pull or sled pull or something like that with a question mark is because one of the athletes actually had a post on Instagram where they were showing the setup in the room and said, hey, wild guess on what's going to happen with the mystery event. And I saw some tracks laid across the ground. So who knows if that's a decoy or for real or what, but I'm going to go with some sort of pull. And then, of course, we have 10 Atlas stones, the signature of the World's Ultimate Strongman. For the women, they will range from 60 kilograms to 150 kilograms. You may have noticed on my sheet here, the men have all the same events, just different weights. So that's very convenient. So let's have a look at the female competitors. So we have Jessica Fithen from the USA, who has been on my show a couple of times, an awesome personality and super strong. Then we have Melissa Peacock, who you saw at Clash on the Coast very recently. Nadia Stowers also at Clash on the Coast, both of them setting records there. Annabelle Chapman, who we recently saw at UK's Strongest Woman, winning the Max Log event there and doing very well in lots of the other events. Andrea Thompson will be coming, so one of the strongest women of all time, Andrea Thompson, who's good at a variety of different things, currently holds the Max Log record, held the Max Deadlift record at one point, and just a wrecking ball of many, many different kinds of events, so super excited to watch her compete. Cory Butler from the USA, who has the American Axle Press record, will be joining us as well. And then the great Donna Moore, who is a three-time World's Strongest Woman, was at UK's Strongest Woman recently and won that as well. Extremely experienced, extremely strong, and we'll see how she does with the mystery event. And Sandra Bradley from Germany, who gained fame, at least with me, for being, along with Leifa Ingalls, the first women to lift and carry the Husafeld stone. They have a YouTube video about that, so it'll be very exciting to watch them. So on to the predictions. Well, let's take a look at the log. Starting off with Sandra Bradley from Germany. In 2021, Germany's Strongest Woman, she did a 75-kilogram axle, clean and press for reps. She only needed 6 reps to win there. It's not a log, it's an axle, but that's the pressing event I could find for her. And in the 2019 Arnold Pro Strongwoman, she was 5 out of 10 points on the axle press, so improving as we go there. Moving on up, I think 2 points will go to Cory Butler. And this is only because Cory's an incredible overhead presser, but amazingly enough, everybody in this lineup is. So I'm having probably the hardest time allocating points to this event in this show than anyone I've ever done. They're all world-class pressers, and you'll see as we go, and you look at the research, what I mean by that. So Cory Butler, as I said, the American Axle Press record holder. She had 5.5 out of 9 points in the axle clean and press away at the recent Rainier Classic. I think 4 points will go to Nadia Stowers, who is the middleweight max log press world record holder, and she set that recently at Clash on the Coast 2021 Anthony Furman's show, which Cory Butler also was at. Melissa Peacock, I think, splits those 4 points, and she is the open weight Canadian max log record holder, and she also set that at Clash on the Coast. 4 points I'm also giving to Jessica Fithen, who will press anything that moves. Jessica Fithen, 2020 Arnold Pro Strongwoman, had a circus dumbbell, tied for first place there. She was going to go for a new world record this year. That hasn't happened yet. 2019 World's Strongest Woman, she was 8 out of 10 points on the axle press and shared first place on the Viking press. She's a Mauser block world record holder. Like I said, overhead press is her jam. She'll press anything that moves, and the only reason I'm giving her 4 points is, frankly, because Andrea Thompson's in this lineup. Women are getting lower point values than they might deserve because everybody here is an incredible presser and they might do one less rep than somebody else. So speaking of that, Annabelle Chapman, who recently won the max log at UK's Strongest Woman, I'm giving 6.5 points. She did that with a 120 kilo max log press there. Donna Moore, I think, will split that 6.5 points. She came in second to Annabelle there, but again, that was max log, and Donna maybe being a little strategic there, and Donna also maybe having a little bit more endurance for log for max, so I say she'll split that. And then I think Andrea Thompson, the max log press record holder, wins this event hands down. She's a 2019 World's Strongest Woman axle press, 8 out of 10 points there. And again, the max log record, current record holder. So I think she will win with 8 points there. Moving on to the yoke. So yoke was a little more difficult to find research on these ladies about, so I had to guess a little bit, to be frank. So I have Sandra Bradley, who I saw doing squats with sort of a wobbly bar. The weights were dangling and would move. They were not fixed. So that was 200 kilograms, but the yoke is 300 here, and a squat isn't necessarily a full yoke walk either, so I have her with 1 point there in last place. Nadia Stowers did 227 kilograms with a pretty medium speed on her recent IG post, and I will say there aren't a lot of women here who are doing yoke walks at the 300 kilogram contest weight, so that might be a heavy weight that maybe some of them might struggle with, but I'm going to say nobody zeroes it, but some of them might struggle with the full distance. Cory Butler was 3 out of a possible 9 points on a yoke keg sandbag medley at the Rainier Classic. That yoke was 273 kilograms, and that medley was tough for a lot of competitors. I did watch that and post videos about that too. If you haven't watched them yet, you should. And by the way, if you haven't subscribed yet and you like what you're hearing, go ahead and subscribe to the channel and watch a bunch of my other stuff after you're done with this video. 4 points, I think, will go to Jessica Fithen. At the 2020 Arnold Pro Strongwoman, she was only 2.5 out of a possible 9 points in the Yoke Farmers medley. And I think 5 points will go to Melissa Peacock. I couldn't find any evidence of her doing yoke, but her thighs are huge. She is a middleweight, but in overhead log press, she has an open Canadian record, an open Canadian record at any weight. So I think she overachieves for her stature quite a bit. And again, she has, very large legs, I think, that can support a yoke to a point of a larger human being. So I'm going to give her 5 points there. 6 points, I think, will go to Annabelle Chapman. Again, not a lot of research there. I'm giving 7 points to Donna Moore, who at 2018 World's Strongest Woman did a medley with a 272 kilogram yoke. Not 300 like we're doing in this contest, but not that far off. And she was 6 out of 10 points there. And I think Andrea Thompson wins this one as well. So at 2020 Arnold Pro Strongwoman, she was 8 out of 9 points in the Yoke Farmers medley. So I think Andrea Thompson now wins the first 2 events, the log and the yoke. Now let's move on to the farmers. So starting off with the farmers, I have Melissa Peacock coming away with 1 point, Annabelle Chapman with 2 points at the 2019 World's Strongest Woman. She was 3 out of a possible 10 points there. I think Jessica Fithen will come away with 3 points here. At 2020 Arnold Pro Strongwoman, she was again 2.5 out of 9 points in the medley that included farmers. She has been working on it and looks like she has a decent pace now, so she may outperform this prediction a little bit. But at 2019 World's Strongest Woman, her farmers was 1 out of 10 points. So again, I'm trying to take her farmers in the past, which weren't great, and combine it with her farmers videos that I'm seeing now that are pretty good, and give her a little bit of benefit of the doubt. Cory Butler, though, seems a little faster in her prep. Her turns are really deliberate, like her drops and repicks are really deliberate, but she may just be doing that because it's prep and not the real thing. So 4 points to her. 5 points I'm giving to Nadia Stowers here. So she had a recent Instagram post where she was 20 pounds over comp weight for 110 total feet. Again, not super fast, but it was over comp weight and decent speed. Sandra Bradley at 2021 Germany's Strongest Woman. Now again, it's not an international competition, but she did a frame carry medley, which was a 150-pound frame for one length. They add weight to it, make it, 150 kilogram, not pound. They add weight at the end to make it 170 kilograms, another length. They add weight to make it 190 kilograms, and she never seemed to slow down when they were adding the weights. So I think she's going to do fairly well in Farmers. 6 points to Sandra Bradley. I think 7 points go to Andrea Thompson. So the first out of the first three events that she doesn't win, but she's in second. So Andrea Thompson just really well-rounded. I think will do well in a variety of different events here. At the 2020 Arnold Pro Strongwoman, she was 8 out of 9 points in that medley that included Farmers. And at 2019 World's Strongest Woman, she was 4 out of 10 points there. So the trajectory very positive there. And that leaves our winner in Farmers Walk, who I think will be Donna Moore. So 2019 World's Strongest Woman, she was 9 out of 10 points in Farmers. Donna knows how to win. That's the thing. Her experience, her intuition, in addition to her incredible strength, she just knows how to win. So that's what I think will happen in the Farmers. Now on to the mystery event. So how do you predict a mystery event when it's a mystery? Well, like I said, I saw some tracks laid down on the ground, and I'm just going to have to assume it's some sort of pull, whether it's a harnessed pull, an arm over arm, and just try to guess a little bit. So I have Cory Butler with 1 point here. If it's an arm over arm, she's going to be mid-pack or better. She's very good with arm over arm, but maybe a little bit different if it's a harnessed pull. I have 2 points going to Sandra Bradley, so she had a pretty fast arm over arm prep on a recent Instagram post, but I didn't find anything in terms of international competition experience. I have Nadia Stowers coming in with 3 points. Annabelle Chapman with 4. She was 6 out of 12 points on truck pull at UK Strongest Woman. So it's very interesting because on a recent Instagram post, she said something about truck pulls, and she was saying, I hope it's not truck pull. Sorry if I'm misquoting, but I hope it's not truck pull because I'm rubbish at that. And the data doesn't really support that. She's mid-pack on truck pulls. She's not rubbish. So 4 points to her there. 5 points I think will go to Melissa Peacock. Again, I don't know if being a middleweight will be a detriment, but you know, she's very, very strong and well-rounded. 6 points I'm going to give to Jessica Fithen. I think the body weight would help if it were a truck pull, in addition to being incredibly strong. Andrea Thompson, I think, again comes in second place here, 7 points. She pulled 2 truck cabs attached to each other at a recent show, if you go back a few posts on her Instagram. So I think, again, Andrea Thompson, very well-rounded, comes in second place with 7 points here. And I think Donna Moore wins this event as well. So Donna Moore is clearly the most well-rounded, most experienced athlete, winning at the highest level the most times with the best intuition. You saw it happen at UK Strongest Woman where they had the sack carry, and she knew the distance she had to beat of Becca Roberts and knew how to rest properly. That was kind of within the rules, and her intuition and her experience just shines through. So I think that when there's a surprise of any kind, Donna Moore's is at least risk. Like she's in the best position to excel at something that's a surprise. So that being said, let's move on to the final event, the Atlas Stones. So I have Cory Butler coming away with 1 point on the Atlas Stone, only because she very recently zeroed stone over bar at the Rainier Classic. That may have been an anomaly. Hopefully it is, because I want to see her perform very well. I root very much for Cory. She's been on the show. She's awesome. Great personality, very, very strong, and hope she does well there. I have Melissa Peacock coming away with 2 points. She had a natural stone load at Canada's Strongest Woman recently, but they didn't say what the weights were. So, and they showed it completed, so I didn't get a chance to see video for actually putting them on the platform. I have Nadia Stowers coming in with 3 points, and Nadia was on my show recently as well. So if you haven't checked out that interview, you definitely should. She was incredible, such a fountain of knowledge that she shared with me that day, so you definitely should check that out. She had a recent Instagram post at 136 kilogram stone load for singles, and so that is within, you know, the event details. So if you go back to our event details, the stones for women are 60 to 150 kilograms, so she seems well positioned there. Then I think 4 points will go to Andrea Thompson here. So at 2020 Arnold Pro Strongwoman, she did 109 kilogram stone over bar for 2 reps at the same event that Jessica Fithen did 34 reps or something crazy, which you'll see when I show you her further up on the list. At the 2018 World's Strongest Woman, she was 7 out of 10 points on Atlas Stones there, so I'm trying to average those sort of things out. I give Andrea Thompson 4 points here, although begrudgingly. I think I might be shortchanging her a little bit here, so we'll see what happens. Annabelle Chapman, I think, will get 5 points here. She did very well on Atlas Stones at UK Strongest Woman, coming in 9 out of a possible 12 points. And then I gave 6 points to Sandra Bradley. Again, one of the first 2 women to lift and walk with a Husafeld stone. She knows how to handle stones very well. She had a recent IG post with 142 kilogram stone to 120 centimeters after lapping 130 kilograms for 10 reps. So she seems very strong with her stonework. I have Donna Moore with 7 points here. So at the recent 2021 UK Strongest Woman, she had 10 out of a possible 12 points. I think a lot of us thought she was going to win that event because Donna Moore has the max Atlas stone lift world record, but lifting multiple stones, maybe the last one tires you out a bit. The WUS stones, now there's 10 instead of 5, so I think she's going to do really well, but not necessarily win it. Jessica Fithen, I think, is going to win this event. So again, she's very famous for that 2020 Arnold Pro Strongwoman where she did 109 kilogram stone over bar for an incredible 34 reps. And if you want to know why she kept going so long, head on over to my channel and check out my interviews with Jessica Fithen where she tells that story. But, you know, she was obviously the winner of that event there, and I think she'll be the winner of that event here. So all that being said, with our event-by-event breakdown, let's have a look at who we think is going to win the World's Ultimate Strongman Dubai 2021 Women's Show. And I'll start off with Cory Butler, who I think will come in with 11 points, which is good for 8th place. I think that Sandra Bradley comes in with 16 total points, which will put her in 7th place. Nadia Stowers will come away with 17 points, which puts her in 5th place. There is no 6th because there is a tie for 5th. And that tie is with Melissa Peacock, so also 17 points. Annabelle Chapman I have coming in 4th place with 23.5 points, and that brings us to our podium. So, here we go. In 3rd place, I have Jessica Fithen, so I think she comes away with 25 points and comes away with 3rd place at the 2021 World's Ultimate Strongman Dubai show, and that means that 2nd place will go to Andrea Thompson by a considerable margin. So Andrea, I think, will come away with 34 points, a considerable margin over 3rd place, and that puts her in 2nd. And then Donna Moore, I think, is going to win this show by a smaller margin, 36.5 points to Donna Moore. I think Andrea and Donna could go either or on 1st, 2nd, but that's how my math shook out. Hope you enjoyed this detailed event-by-event analysis for 2021 World's Ultimate Strongman Dubai, the Women's Show, and I hope that you'll join me again shortly when I give you all my predictions for the men. Thanks for joining me, and of course, as always, until next time. Ciao, homie.